So welcome back to my channel. You guys, my energy is a little bit down. I am in my feelings right now, so I just want to go for it and just talk to you guys. I wanted to do a series on my channel, and I want to call it Let's Talk. I want you guys to get to know me. The reason why I want to do this, I want to use this as a therapy outlet for myself, as well as, since I do have a little bit of a big audience here on YouTube, um, I wanted to get more real with you guys, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit more other than just makeup all the time, you guys. I wanted to talk to you guys about real problems that we all go through, and I wanted you guys to get to know me a lot more as well. And I've been just in my feelings lately a lot. I'm sorry if I keep looking down, you guys. It's hard to be vulnerable, especially on camera, with a lot of other opinions that will be shot at my comments all the time. And you guys, let's get right into it. So I wanted to talk to you guys about where my pain has began. If you guys been following on my channel or even on Instagram, I talk to you guys about dealing with depression, PTSD, anxiety, and you guys, a lot of it is from my childhood. That's what's so sad. And I am a father of 3 beautiful children. My daughter is named Ariel, I have a son named Noah, and I have another son named Eli. So, and I'm 24 years old right now. And you guys, the basis of this is just to use it as like a therapy outlet, to talk to you guys, to let it out, and just talk to you guys about real shit that actually matter in the world, in the world, about myself, about all of us, because I know I'm not the only one that feels this certain way. I'm not the only one that deals with only these problems. I know a lot of you guys out there will understand what I'm talking about. So I just want to be very transparent. I want to be vulnerable, and I want to let you guys in, as well as let me get a lot of things off my chest as well. So where my pain began, guys, I was a little kid. My parents are addicts. My mother is an addict. My father is an alcoholic. And so whoops, hold on. Hello? What happened, babe? So that's where you can only imagine you can only imagine. So yeah, my both parents were addicts. My dad was is an alcoholic. My mom is a drug addict. And also just dealing with that, just it in itself, it was hard. My mom had 3 children before she had me, so I was the 4th at that time, obviously. My family was into the gang life, so we dealt with a lot of drama, guys. Like, a lot of drama and trauma. We dealt with a lot of crap growing up, and my brothers were involved with it. So in total we have 7 of us. So I have 6 siblings. I have 4 older brothers and 2 sisters. But yeah, you guys, so my older brothers were into the gang life. My mom was an addict. My dad was an alcoholic as well. And then not only that, like, our extended family were, well, just all of us, all of my family are very dysfunctional. Very dysfunctional. And we all want to say dysfunctional, but the truth is they're all crazy, all really crazy. I don't think they were crazy. I think we just had a lot of adults that were still stuck being a child, a broken child that never got healed. And so those adults raised us, and that's where we're at now. But you guys, I was born here in San Diego, California, in Chula Vista at Scripps, on December 14, 1994. that's my birthday. I don't mind if I have to share with the world all of the flaws that I have as well as my family. I don't mind, because I know somewhere out there it's gonna help somebody. So I also dealt with my parents and their domestic violence. Not only my parents, my extended family as well. I was bullied at a very young age, guys, for a long ass time. All the way throughout elementary, all the way throughout high school until I graduated. Actually, even now, if I'm gonna be real, um, all of my life I was. And, like, it was hard for me because I didn't have a safe home and I wasn't safe at school. I didn't have a place to call home. We were always back and forth throughout homes throughout my whole life, and we never had any stability. We never had any guidance really, and the only thing we ever saw was violence, um, domestic violence, gang activity. We only saw sorrow, pain, um, anger, that drug life, the crazy life. We just saw all of the bad growing up, you guys, and I wasn't sheltered. None of us were in my family. Um, and it's a struggle because now it affects my adult life. And the only reason why I want to talk about it now, guys, is because I'm an adult now. And I want to let you guys in. And I want to be transparent because a lot of people don't understand that what happens to you, as a child follows you as an adult. And if you don't get that fixed, your life is going to be hell. Your life is going to be up and down all the time. And you guys, this actually really unfolded for me when I started to have kids. That's what really brought it out for me, you guys. And when I needed to become an adult, that's when it really started to affect me. And you guys, dealing with not only all of that, but I was raped when I was 13. And I was being molested from 8 years old to 13. And it was a hard life, you guys. It was just a hard life. And I've been in therapy for a couple years now. And the reason also too why it's good for people to talk and open up about their past experiences in life is so that way we can have an understanding to not judge people. And to maybe we don't understand their life, but we don't have to. We don't have to be so evil to each other. There was one time I was in third grade, and literally, a lot of people always called me gay when I was growing up, but I was already different. Let's just say that. I wasn't the typical boy that likes sports. I wasn't the typical boy to get hurt, punch other boys. I wasn't like that at all. If anything, I love to sing, I love to dance, I love to do all of those things. And so I was a target at school, an easy target. So I remember I moved to a brand new school in third grade, and that's when I think the first time I can remember being bullied. And I remember some boys coming up to me and pushing me around, calling me a fag, calling me gay, Um, Not to mind you, that day I already had a horrible morning with my mom. Um, she hit me, and um, it was just a really bad morning. I'm not gonna go into details about it, but just know I was feeling down about that day already. I was broken that morning already. My mom and dad just had fought, and my dad was drunk on the couch. I went to school. After these kids bullied me, I started to cry. Um, no, that really didn't affect me, you guys, as much to get bullied. That's not really what hurt me the most, honestly. What actually hurt me the most is when after school they kept doing it, and there was a group of little kids that were laughing about it. I go home and my mom and dad are fighting. And this is the moment that I realized I didn't have a safe home. This is what I remember coming home to. I came home and my mom and my dad were fighting because my dad was drunk and he was drinking. And that always happened, always. Every time my dad drank, he couldn't control himself. And I came home and I was trying to get in the middle of the fight to stop him. And I was thrown to the wall. And when I hit the wall, my head hit the wall as well. But behind me was mirrors. Back then, they used to have mirrors that went all around the wall. And so when I hit, I started to bleed from my head. And that's when I was told that's what I get for getting in the middle to say the F out of the fight. And my mom went to attack even more. There I was bleeding and I was getting blamed for the fight. And you guys, the whole purpose of me telling you guys this story, one, yes, it's my trauma, but I was in third, fourth grade. I was like in fourth grade when this happened. So I was very young and I didn't have a home to come to. I had just been bullied. I had just been made fun of. I came home and my dad and mom were fighting. I got a cut on the back of my head. I started to bleed, and then I got told it was my fault. And the craziness just continued. That's when I realized I didn't have a safe home. I didn't have a normal home. Not only that, I wasn't safe with my own family, just because my family was into a gang. And we still have bullet holes till this day. I remember many times when the other rival gang members would come to the house and would shoot at us, literally. And it's not even an exaggeration. We were outside with my dad and my cousins, and we lived in a household, maybe about 22 people in a 3-bedroom house. So we lived in the living room. Me, my older brothers had the patio. My mom, my little sister, and my little brother, we all lived in a patio. And this is a house of 22 people. So you can only imagine. And anyway, so we were outside and hanging out with my dad. I was maybe in fourth grade. And all I hear is pa 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 pa, like literally like gunshots. And I remember my dad grabbed me by one arm, my sister with another arm, and ran inside. And literally, as we're running inside, all I see is kind of like we have plants in the patio in my grandma's house. Literally, all you see is dirt popping and popping up. That's all you see is dirt. You could hear the gunshots, but all you can hear or see is dirt, just like from the bullet. When the bullet would hit, it would literally do that, you know. And as a child, I didn't know what was honestly going on. I knew my family was crazy, but I didn't know the depth of what was going on. But there were gunshots, and police came, and the next day, it was back to normal. And I didn't realize that all of those were triggers for me. All of that was pain, caused me pain. And I don't mean physical pain, guys. I mean like mental pain. And that's what I remember from that day. And this happened so many times, guys, where we had helicopters on the top of our house looking for my cousins, my brothers, whoever it was. We had helicopters on top of our house. We had the SWAT team numerous times at our house. Numerous times we were held at gunpoint, even as kids. You know, get down, get down, get down. They would storm into the house, and we would all, as kids, with my mom, my dad, my siblings, my cousins, my aunt, my uncle, literally had to go on the floor of our house and had to lay there because they were searching the house. And this was a SWAT team that was coming in. And you guys, like, I didn't realize until I was older about the fear that caused me. I remember my family always making a joke when we saw police, and I was terrified of cops, even to this day, you guys. But yeah, they would make fun and they would make a joke out of me being scared, and the cops would come around or whatever, and they would say, take him, take him. And the reason why I'm explaining this is you guys will later on understand why and what I'm gonna mean later on. There's just a reason why I'm mentioning this cop story. So I would be so terrified. That's just my point. And because it was the normal life for me, because I live with my family, and it was normal for me, that kind of lifestyle. Thank God I didn't follow that lifestyle, you know. But let's fast forward. My mom always have gotten houses, purchased her houses. We've never been there more than 3 years to each house. I mean live, we would move into it, live in it for about up to 3 years, and we would get evicted out. Always. And we would always go back to my grandma's house and to the madness. Always. And my mom has a drug problem, I understand that. My dad has an alcohol problem, and it never got better. So let's just say, let's fast forward to high school. High school was probably the worst for me. High school was actually when I came out about me being raped and being molested, and high school was just the most worst for me. That was the most suicidal I've ever felt. That was the most depressed I've ever felt. And it was so hard. The whole purpose of these videos, guys, is not to depress you guys. It's not to, I don't want empathy from you guys. I don't want you guys to feel bad for me. I want you guys to know that whether you have the same type of life that I lived, we all have different stories. We all have different stories to tell. We all have lived different stories, and it's just important not to judge somebody. It's so important, because you don't know how many times I have had the most shittiest fucking day and have somebody treat me so horribly. And it's not necessarily that they treated me horribly, you guys, but I remember so many times when I would just think like, man, I would fall to the ground, I would be in my room crying. That person didn't know what a horrible day I had, and they just made it worse. And I felt like that so many times, you guys, and I would be the type of person to be angry. I had so much anger in me. I had hatred in me. I was depressed. I wanted to fuck everybody up. I wanted to attack everybody. I wanted to put everybody down, and I made it known. And you guys, like, back in the day, I was such a horrible person. And it's not necessarily I was a horrible person, I was just a broken person. And I want to talk to you guys about my true life. I want to talk to you guys about what still goes on to this day. I want to talk to you guys about it because it's a way that I could let it out, but as well as something maybe someone out there can relate to and know that they're going to get through it. That's my goal. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore because I'm thinking about 20,000 million things, guys. I just want you guys to know that, oh man, we all got lives and we all got stories. Stop fucking judging on social media. Stop categorizing everybody. Stop beating people down when they're down because you guys don't know their story. You guys don't know their pain. You guys don't know shit about people. But yet everyone is so easy to judge people. Everybody's so easy to make fun of people. Whatever the fuck it is, you guys, we need to stop that shit. But my next video I want to talk about my pain, my real pain. You guys got the introduction to my pain. I want you guys to understand and try to understand me. Maybe if you hear my story, maybe if you hear what happened to me, maybe if you hear, maybe you will understand. And if you don't understand, I know people that are dealing with the same struggles will understand me and might be able to take something from it and learn from it. But you guys, let me know if you guys like this kind of video. Let me know if these are the kind of videos you want to talk about, because it's life, it's real life. It's not this makeup, full glam, strut, slay type of shit that's fake. I actually really like that side because I can get away from the real life that I live sometimes. And that's just sad, but it's true. So it's not that that side is wrong. It's just, I think it's more important to talk about the real shit. So that way maybe we can all move forward and live a better life. But you guys just comment and subscribe. And click that notification bell. And I'll let you guys know when I upload another video.